Hey, you right guys, Punches Joe here, and today we are watching and reacting to episode 9 of Shadowhunters season 3, the second to last episode that we have available to us, and then it's the mid-season finale for episode 10, and then the waiting game, which I'm terrible at. I'm terrible at waiting. Even with Game of Thrones, it's felt like I've been waiting for 5 years for like the final season of that show. It's been like a year and a month. It's not even, well, it's been that's a long time. I think we can agree that's a long time. We don't have to wait like a year for episode 11, thankfully. I think they said it's spring. Correct if I'm wrong, spring 2019. So still a while away, but at least it's not a year. So thankful for that. Episode 8 was great. I really enjoyed that one. I think I had a couple of flaws here and there, but overall 3A has been fantastic. So I'm very excited to see how they wrap it up with episodes 9 and 10. Yeah, I'm just going to jump straight into it because I really want to watch this. So if you enjoy, remember to leave a like. If you're new, remember to subscribe. And if you do want to help support the channel, a link to the Patreon page will be down below. I won't say there'll be early uploads or uncuts anymore because basically by the time this is up, I think it will be done on Patreon and YouTube anyway. On YouTube, we're nearly done. So if you do want to help us support the channel, then it will be down below, and there'll also be links to Twitter and Instagram if you want to follow either of those, and at Discord if you want to join that and talk about Shadowhunters while we wait for 3B. And yeah, that was a mess of an intro, but episode 9, guys, let's do it. It's always something, man. Okay, there we go. That is episode 3 of Shadowhunters season. No, episode 9 of Shadowhunters season 3. Okay, I think that was probably one of the more weaker ones of season 3, honestly. Might even be the weakest. Yeah, I might say that's the weakest of season 3. I know a lot of people said that they really loved episode 9. For me personally, I think it was just a lot of build up to the finale, which I get usually penultimate episodes are. But it just, to me, it wasn't that interesting. I think a lot of the episode was dedicated to Clary like resurrecting Valentine, Valentine just going on another little rampage, and then Valentine thankfully actually dying at the end of the episode. So at least they didn't drag him out like for more episodes. Like I said, Valentine's a fine villain, but you have Lilith now. I think she's far superior of a villain than Valentine was. I just hate when shows like they have a character that's dead but they can't really let go of that, and they have to like bring them back, and like so many shows do it. And I know he's dead there. Like hopefully that's the end of that. But it just makes me wonder. Like, so is anyone ever really in any danger if Clary can just resurrect them? I hate the idea of resurrecting characters or bringing them back to life. It's just so. I think I let it slide when it's stuff like with Jace, where it's like an actual wish to bring him back kind of thing. But where it's just a rune that you can bring him back to life with, it's just a bit easy. I don't know. So I didn't like the whole Valentine side of things, or Clary. I think Clary was. See, Clary had like. It looked interesting, the action stuff was great, and then there was like cool dialogue, but when you really boil down to it, nothing of relevance really happened. The only thing really was that Jace got a bit of Valentine's flesh at the end there, and that was it. Clary got out, but we knew she was going to get out of there, obviously. She wasn't going to be sentenced to death, was she? Let's be honest. So I just don't. I think because it took up so much of the episode, to me, it just wasn't that interesting. Clary's been kind of weak for a couple of episodes now, which is unfortunate. Then we had Magnus and Alec. I think Magnus was good, but again, it was just more a little bit of build up to the ending, which was him having to say, "Oh, I'll have to use my father," which it took a whole episode to get to that point because he was basically told that at the start of the episode. Then he went to Lorenzo, had a very poorly choreographed fight. It wasn't even poorly choreographed; I think it was just badly edited. So that there was no satisfaction out of that fight for me. And Magnus was just like, okay, I need to get my dad, which is fine. I'm curious what Magnus's dad is like and how his relationship with Magnus actually is. But I don't think we needed a whole episode of build up to him having to say that. So Magnus and Alec, they weren't bad, but they weren't great. They were just kind of like fine this episode, in all honesty. So not a lot there. Then the only thing that I genuinely really liked was what was going on with Simon, and I think that was basically 15 minutes of the episode, so at least it's quite a long while of it. Um, his family finally realizing what he is, and him kind of breaking down at the end there, kind of accepting he's a monster, even though we know it's not. We know what Simon's like, but he is a vampire at the end of the day, and his family kind of. I just kind of thought they'd brush it aside that his family would never find out, but here we are, and now they know. I'm glad Izzy was there for him at the end. I thought that was kind of cute. But I think that was really the only story in this episode that I thought was interesting, added something new, had any weight to it. So yeah, I think it was the weakest one of season three. In all, it wasn't a bad episode. It was still, even with Clary and like Magnus and Alec, it was entertaining. Like they weren't boring or anything like that. I just don't think really it added much at all. Apart from like the end bit to both their stories, I think Simon was the only one that added quite a lot. So, yeah, MVP moment is Simon's acting and Simon in general. I'd say Simon's story was great. But rating for the episode, I'm going to give it a wrong side. I'm going to go probably a 6.4 out of 10. Like I say, it wasn't the worst episode that they've done, but I do definitely think it's been the weakest in a long, long time. That's saying something though, because it's the only six that season's got. Like this season has been spectacular. So I think I was just expecting a lot more from episode 9. I'm sure episode 10 will end on a really great note though. So yeah, there we go, guys. Thank you for watching. Sorry if that's kind of disappointed, because I know a lot of people really loved episode 9. I don't know, it just wasn't the best for me. So yeah, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm sure you understand that. But yeah, I'll see you next time for episode 10. Everything I mentioned at the start will be in the pinned comment. The grand finale next, guys. And yeah, I'm very excited to see what happens and how they end it off. So thank you for watching. Until next time, peace.